Here's a simple patch to demonstrate the voltage control of the switching of wave shapes for both the complex oscillator and the modulation oscillator. I have the pulsar self-cycling, and that's being read by the random voltages. So one random voltage is going to the mod oscillator, and that sounds like this. And gated. And another random voltage going to the complex oscillator. Note the complex oscillator's switch needs to be in the down position, the timbre switch and the timbre knob all the way clockwise. Likewise, for the switching to work on the mod oscillator, its wave shape switch needs to be in the bottom position, triangle wave. So here's the complex oscillator. I'm going to take that out so we can just hear the wave shape. And gated. And bringing both of them in. And bring the sequence back. And the sequence is just going straight through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you'll notice I have a looping envelope on the envelope generator with a slow attack. I'm going to send that to the CV in of the sequencer. Right now its switch is in the center, so no effect. When I flip it, it will change to a new pattern. Sort of like if you think of the 5 sliders as 5 strings of a guitar. When I flip the switch, we're getting a new picking pattern. There you go. Here's a little feedback patch. I'm taking the audio out of the easel, feeding it back to itself, an aux in with the gate source selector switch in the up position, and we can get some feedback here. Okay. I have the pulsar in self mode. I have the EG in self mode. As you can see, there are 2 out of sync envelopes. Pulsar is going into the attenuator top section of the CV mixer on the Toolbox. The envelope generator is going into the attenuverter. They both look like they're about 2 o'clock. And that is then coming out and going to the gate of the low pass gate 2. So it's shaping our feedback. I'm also sending that same output to pitch of the complex oscillator. So we're definitely getting Forbidden Planet stuff here. And by switching the range of the modulation oscillator, we get different effects. Explore. This is a variation on the patch I just did. Still have the pulsar and EG in self-cycle mode going into positions 1 and 2 of the Toolbox CV mixer. The blended output is going to the gate of low pass gate 1. And the difference here is I'm also stacking on top of that and going over to random in. So now this mixed CV is actually controlling the random source. And we can hear that in the pitch, taking random out and going to pitch of the complex oscillator. That's ungated now using the gate coming from the CV mixer. Have some modulation on this from the So I'm just going to play around. You can sort of follow along and see what's happening. And now to bring the modulation oscillator into play, I'm going to come out of the blended CV, go to the inverter, come out of the inverter, and go to low pass gate 2, which has the complex oscillator. And combined it with, modulation oscillator is what I was just doing. Here's the complex oscillator. And I still have the feedback loop from the last patch, so add that to the mix. There you go. Have fun exploring. And stay tuned for the next round of tutorials using the 208R and 218R along with the Toolbox.